Hello everyone, this is David Smith with ClassroomPanda.com. Today I'm going to be showing you the teacher application. So we're just going to go through the basic functions of the application and how to do all the different processes that you would normally do on a day-to-day basis. We're also going to start and show you how to change a password, how to do login through the web-based system, and all the other, any questions you might have. We're also going to try to cover a lot of those general questions as well. Okay, so first we're just going to log in with your credentials. Your credentials will be provided to you via email once your admin creates your account. Your email should be your username, and then your password will be generated the first time. And then after that, you will be able to go in, log in, and change your password to the name or the password that you would like. I will show you how to do that shortly. So we're just going to go on and log in. Oh, do it, Candy. So the first thing you see when you get on the dashboard is some general information. You have the hot button keys down there to click to certain things, your daily sheets, your attendance, your incident reports, your post activity, that's like your pictures and video. And then also here you have your classroom that you're currently checked into. The first time you log in, you'll clock in and then you'll check into your class. You can check into multiple classes if you're enabled for multiple classes. What this does is it enables a filtering ability that basically, for your attendance and things like that and your daily sheets will filter out just the students that you have. You cannot use certain parts of the application without clocking in. But once you do that, you just clock in here and then the first thing we're going to do is go in over here to the right side, and this is your teacher profile and also where you would clock in and clock out. So you can break out for lunch here and clock out for the day here. But also you go to your teacher profile, and this is where you'll change your password. You can do that in the top right side here. So you just put in your first original password and then your new password there. Once you do that, you're all set with your personal password. Then I'd suggest you go back here to your profile. You can upload a picture. You can, of course, put your first name, last name, all that general information, anything that your agency wants you to have in there, but also anything that you want to have in there. It's pretty much as as much as you want to put in. Not much is actually required to be put in. From there, we're just going to go down the line and I'll show you all the basic functions of the software. So first, we're going to go to the student tab, and this is where you find out information about your student. So you need to say you want to look into a student and find out, well, hey, what is that child's allergies? What is, the authorized pickups for that child? Just your basic information if in the event you would have an emergency. Then you can just click here. Say, for example, this is my son Calvin, and just be able to go to his basic information sheet. So date of birth, you can see here his gender is marked as girl, but it's actually a boy. So we're going to show you how to change that here in a minute. Also, like contact emails, authorized persons, guardian info, phone number, if they're allowed to pick up or not. And then also allergies, medication, disabilities, things of that nature. If there were any, then you would be listed here. So that you can basically pull that up for anyone in the system as far as the basic information, in case of an emergency or in case you need to know about certain allergies that child might have, you can quick reference from there. Second tab we will do is just your daily sheet activities. So when you are logged into a classroom, this will automatically pull up as that classroom. And then all you have to do is select the child for the checkbox that you want to add to a daily sheet entry, or you can actually just go down to select all if you're doing something for everybody. Once you do that, just simply click the plus button and add in your entry. We have added specific hot button keys on certain things, so it's easier to actually use those hot buttons to make things go a little quicker. So say if we're going outside or if we're, say, doing music and dancing, just quick taps of hot buttons on there will just make it easy to generate those. And then you will just simply select your time. So let's just say from 1 to 2. And then you just apply your entry. And it's as easy as that. And it'll automatically post to that person's daily sheet profile. In addition to that, there's obviously many other different entries that you can do. Of course, your meal plans, are set up in the actual calendar function under admin, which is over here, but that's your administrator. So they will set your meal plans up, but once they do, then you can go in here and select the amount of food that the child has ate or the amount of ounces that the child has drank of, a bottle or something like that. Also includes the health checks. This one just includes the basic information, but we're going to add to this here pretty soon. Just if you have a health note, if you check the temperature and you have a fever, you want to document that. You can put that in there. Other general notes, so like if a child needs wipes or anything like that, needs wipes, you want to put that on the daily sheet. You just simply put that entry in there and click add, and it will post that right to that child's entry. Nap times, moods, all being able you to always comment on those things, so you can actually put in additional information on pretty much every tab. Toileting, so let's say you had a diaper change at 11, and you need to put that in the system just to make sure it's acknowledged. Just diaper change, and we'll just say he was wet. And there you go. It's very quick and simple to do. A lot of it can be done in batches, to save you additional time. But this is just a way to quickly automate and kind of streamline your process. So you don't, you're keeping accurate records. You don't have to worry about teachers or others, staff members just putting in any information and get done quickly. We try to make it super fast and super easy. And then, of course, we have moderation and to what levels to make sure that everything is done properly as well. So your administrator has the ability to review daily sheets, and also for our Panda system that we're developing right now, the digital director, it actually monitors what entries are made and when they are made to help kind of keep track of making sure that things get done on time. Like for example, a diaper change is done at 11. The child is due for another one at 1:30 or something rolls around, and that is not yet done. Then you might receive an alert to your phone or tablet saying, "Hey, we're missing an entry. Hey, we're missing something that might have needed to be done that wasn't done." So it helps kind of just to protect you and protect the center from basically oversights. Okay, so next we'll go down to our post activity. So this is where you add your pictures and videos. You're able to add at one time 3 pictures or one video. Generally, we limit the amount of pictures you post at one time because we don't want you to go around, being distracted by, what's going on in your class, what isn't going on in your classroom, taking pictures. We want to, maybe do 3 at a time. These go directly to the parent. I'll show you what that looks like on their app. So that gives you an opportunity to see what's going on, but we don't want to flood them with pictures either. We just want to give them a general idea. But here on this post activities board, you can kind of see how things work. You select here first to add pictures here. You put a title, select what classroom it applies to. If you want it to only go to specific students, then you can select the students. And then also you have a public post versus a private post, which, is limited on who can view. In your post activity, you are able to have complete control over who sees what, so you can easily add or delete a picture just by clicking the trash button there. Or if you want to add a video, of course, you also have your video options of adding in there. From there, once you're complete with that, you can also go over to your attendance and check somebody in and out very easily. So to do that, by default, your check-in records the time that you check in. So when you click check-in, then you can simply check the parent's name and click save, or whatever the pickup might be. And then when you check out at the end of the day, you'll also have those same list of parents. You can check, whoever the pickup might be, and it's out. As I said, by default, it is recorded the time that it is currently. But you can actually go here by clicking the pencil mark and say modify a time just by doing that there. So if you need to say you showed up a few minutes earlier, maybe you got distracted for a moment and needed to update that, then you have that option of making that change. Say for example, someone is absent, then maybe your administrator on her side might mark somebody absent. So that means if they're absent, if it's highlighted A like this. Or if someone comes in and says, "Hey, Jimmy's not going to be here today," or "Dorian's not going to be here today," just click that A button, and you provide an explanation. Let's just say they're sick or something along those lines, or they had a health check and had to be sent home. It's as simple as doing that, and that will mark that child absent for the day, and that will be recorded. Pretty simple. Next, going down here, we were able to just do your events calendar. You are able to add events. You are not able to edit meals. All that's done on the administrative side. But you may add events for your classroom. So say you want to have a pajama party day, or a special meal, where everybody gets to bring in something sweet. All that information can be added in here, and it's very simple to do. Just do the basic inputs as far as dates and time. Classroom. Just say movie day. Having fun watching, I don't know, say Toy Story. Also, on some devices, you'll be able to actually talk your information in. So if you're, at the end of the day, want to put a bunch of information quickly, you can actually use that microphone icon that will pop up on your keyboard and just talk that information in. But as you can see here you go, movie day, Candy Cane's class, and what they'll be watching. Also, for the meal planner, you'll be able to, of course, review what meals are on the menu throughout the month, and be able to, show your parents who those are. One moment, I have to take a call. I'll come right back. Okay, and we're back. The next part what we're going to show you is your messaging system. So currently you are able to message the parents inside your system as far as who, your children's parents are. Just by simply clicking on those parents and sending them a message. So this will perform as a push notification like Facebook or like a text message. It will pop up on their phone. As long as they've already opened the app before and they haven't, turned it off, they should get a direct message to their phone. So you can say, Mr. So-and-so, Mr. Smith, I need gloves for Calvin. And there you go. It will go directly to that person's phone. And usually they'll see that icon up at the top corner of their phone, Classroom Panda, and they'll say, oh, okay, I need to get that for them. Or, it might pop up across the top of the screen, and they can click on it and then engage you in a chat if necessary. This also will go for your administrator. So your administrator will have a name here that they can, send you messages through. And there also is group messaging, batch messaging that we're about to implement. So basically say you want to send out an announcement to your whole classroom. You'll be able to do so as well. You can also, if you have a large class, just simply come up here to the filtering options and just, say look for a particular person and just, type it in quickly. Saves you a little bit of time. Next, we have our incident reports. So that's just like your abiding logs, as far as your abiding records, your, incidents inside the classroom. On the parent side, they are able to acknowledge those incidents, and you are able to record and print that off and put it in their file. But it has all the general information here. So what classroom the incident occurred, what the student's name is, place of the incident, what was the incident. We have a feature that sorts biting from general incidences, so we can kind of keep track of who's getting bit, who's biting, and keep those records separate, so we can keep track of biting points as well. But then also, of course, you have all the extra information that you would need was, the state requires as far as was a parent contacted, what did the child have to go to the doctor, the hospital, and just the context of what happens in case you ever have an issue with state, wanting to see the record, that you're able to pull that up, print that off. On the parent side, again, the parents can acknowledge that they've read the report, and it records as a digital signature. So they would list like the username or the name of the person that acknowledged that report. In version 2, we are actually going to come out with a wet signature option, which means that they will actually just be able to sign directly on the report with a wet signature through their phones, and that will also be attached to the report as well. Your breaks, simply that it just records your break time. So let's say you went out for lunch, you want to break out, you go to lunch. So submit that information. It will record on here. And when you come back in after you say 30 minutes or so, you'll simply click break back in. And when you break back in, you can actually see on your record my breaks, and it will tell you. Oh, I'm sorry, I hit the right button. My breaks, and it will tell you, hey, you clocked in, clocked out at a certain time, you clocked back in at a certain time. So that way you can keep track of your break times. You also can select which day and review all your breaks there as well. Aside from that, we also have the medication administered. As far as if your child, certain children, depending on your agency, needs medication in a particular class, you can acknowledge that that medication was given. And then on the parent side, they can acknowledge that they've seen and understand that medication is given as well. So it helps you keep track of records and all that. So overall, this gives you guys the ability to streamline quite a few different processes, and then be able to do things a lot faster and more efficiently. And also it improves your relationship with your parents because you actually get to, address them directly. You can, give them pictures and videos, which, of course they love to see. And then also information is just relayed better. I'll show you quickly the parent application, a little bit about that. So you can kind of get an idea of, what they see on their side. But let me quickly go there. Also, if I didn't share with you already, you can change your profile picture by just simply clicking this picture here. And then you can add your own picture into the system very easily. And parents love to see that as well. So let me back out in here and I will show you the parent side. And this would be me or my parents, whoever it is, what they see. I'm going to log in to my account here. I'm going to put the right information in. First thing you're going to see when you come in is obviously your children. This is my oldest, Skylar, and this is my younger one, Calvin. So when you first click on here, you can actually see the images that were posted publicly in the classroom. And then your private postings will come up over here. For you to see, what is on here, you can simply just, view the slide reel here, but you also can click on the individual image and see it more close up as well. The parent can also come over here as you can and edit, view the other children. So you can click over here to say the different child on this side here if they have more than one children attending the center. In addition to that, they also have the profile system, which is actually on the bottom left over here. So you can click out here and they can update the information as well. So the parent can actually add their picture and their name and all that information they want to specify and quickly update it as needed. First tab we have here outside of the dashboard is your daily sheets. This is just going to quickly list your daily activities. If they want to view more about that activity, then they can, say click on the eyeglass there. Not all of them have that, but some of them will, like for your meal times, or if you have a long, list of information for, our center, you'll be able to expand that information. They can also review previous days by just clicking through and pulling those up as well. Attendance, they get a record of only their child's attendance, so they can actually see who dropped off, who picked up, when and where. They also can review the calendar for the events and the meal plan times as well. You can see from our little event we have for movie day is listed there. Messages. So like earlier, I got to send a message to Mr. Smith for Calvin needed gloves. So you can see that coming up here. So you'll be able to see your teacher's information as well. Incident reports, again, for acknowledgments for incident reports, you'll be able to see and acknowledge an incident. The only reason why you don't see anything here is because we pulled up a previous incident. Nothing is listed for this day. Parents have other abilities. Of course, if they wanted to enroll in another class, you have extracurriculars, you can actually do that from this system here. Payment history, they can actually pay their fees here or see a log of their payments for this as well. Like we talked about earlier, Mr. Calvin needing to have his information updated because he was marked as a girl. Calvin is a boy, so we can update that real quickly and just update that change. It might also ask you for other things to be updated if there's absent information in the system. So we're going to input this as well. Once you put that information in the system, it will be saved and you can move on to something else. And that, in a nutshell, is about what you can do at this time. We plan to add, of course, more features and stuff for them to do more, and for you as teachers to do more. Now we'll be coming along in version 2, so please stay tuned for more information. Of course, we'll have a separate tutorial for your administrator because the administrator panel is way more in depth. But this will just give you teachers an idea of what they are able to do from the teacher application. Thank you so much for your time. I do apologize if you're watching this video. That means I wasn't available to talk to you directly, but I'm happy to answer questions. If you would like to email me or just have your one of your teachers or administrators write down some questions for me and send them to me. I can even do a conference call if necessary, and I'll be happy to answer any questions that you might have. My email is just info at classroompanda.com. And I usually try to get back to everyone's emails the same day, if not within a couple hours. Again, I really appreciate your time, and I hope you enjoy using Classroom Panda. Thank you so much.